Some disappointing post-Alien Day news to report. It seems that Sigourney Weaver has officially put her foot down as to whether or not she's willing to return for another Alien film, and it doesn't look too good. In the most recent issue of Total Film magazine, Weaver sat down for an interview with James Mottram to discuss her career and her upcoming film Master Gardener. Alien-specific topics aside, it's a wonderful interview, featuring new portraits of Weaver by Mark Seliger and an array of fascinating topics discussed. Weaver, as always, is very entertaining, candid, and insightful with her reflections. It's well worth checking out. Inevitably, though, the topic of Alien does come up. Considering the featured story of the magazine is about Harrison Ford's return to the iconic Indiana Jones character, Mottram couldn't help but inquire about Ripley's possible future. His question: this year, Harrison Ford is reprising his Indiana Jones character in his older years. If anyone came up with a good Ellen Ripley story, would you consider it? Her answer: no. There are all kinds of younger actors taking this kind of role. And there was an Alien film that I really wanted to do with Neil Blomkamp, and we didn't get to do that. But, that ship has sailed, and I'm very happy doing what I'm doing. I put my time in space. Not exactly encouraging. I guess it would be fair to say that we did, in fact, see the last of Ellen Ripley in 1997 with Alien Resurrection. What hurts most for fans of the character, and I sense maybe some lingering hard feelings on Weaver's part too, is just how close we were to getting a Ripley return with the Neil Blomkamp film. It was just about ready to go. Production was months, if not weeks away, but the powers that be decided to axe it, and that cuts deep. To this day, I'll still see comments appear in videos from fans that wish the film got made. But, as Weaver has put it, that ship has sailed. It truly was the one that got away. It's also worth mentioning that after the cancellation of the Blomkamp project, David Giler and Walter Hill wrote a treatment for Alien 5 and sent it to Weaver. Little is known about what exactly that story would have been, but Weaver spoke briefly about it, and she just didn't seem to be all too interested in the story they had to offer. But now if we look at the specific phrasing of Mottram's question, it doesn't seem to matter if she likes the story, she's just altogether not too keen to return. So it's straight from the woman's mouth herself. Ripley won't be returning to the screen anytime soon. I'm disappointed to hear that, as I'm sure many other fans are, but there are definitely those who believe the Ripley character has run her course anyway. There's always room for new characters and a new story, and likely that's what we will be getting with the upcoming new Alien film from Fede Alvarez, tentatively titled Alien Romulus. Still, I'm a firm believer in never say never. There are always possible circumstances that could see Ripley return in some form. I touched on this a little bit on the Alien Day stream, but I think if we do ever see Ripley again, it's probably going to be in a much smaller role. Ripley as the central character, involved with all the action from beginning to end, probably isn't all that likely. But it wouldn't be completely out of the realm of possibility if we see a new story with the new characters occupying the bulk of the film, with an appearance by Ripley in either a minimized role or a cameo appearance. A one scene, one day of filming kind of deal, which we've seen before. A notable recent example of this would be another franchise involving Weaver, Ghostbusters. That was another case of an enticing new entry with an interesting story and development that just never quite got off the ground and eventually fell by the wayside. There had always been hopes for a straight-out Ghostbusters 3 with the original cast, but it reached a point where it just plain wasn't going to happen. And the unfortunate passing of the great Harold Ramis made it all but a certainty. Then, look what happened. We got Ghostbusters Afterlife. New story, new characters, but connected to the original and featuring the original characters appearing at the end. Regardless of your personal feelings as to the quality of Ghostbusters Afterlife, the point is, they did it. They reached a dead end with Ghostbusters 3, but made a compromise to get the beloved characters back on the screen, so there's always a chance. I could see a similar path being taken with Ripley in a new Alien film, though any appearance by her whatsoever is going to come with certain implications. Would it be the Ripley we last saw in Alien Resurrection? Would a new story take place some years after the events of James Cameron's Aliens, thus axing Alien 3 from continuity? How else could they get around it? Time travel? Alternate universes? A twin sister? Just about anything could be on the table, so some serious consideration will have to go into a return to the character, whether she's the main character or only in the film for a few minutes. I'm a fan of Ripley. I'd like to see her one last time. I know a lot of people say it's done with, I know they say let it be, but hey, the heart wants what it wants. Do you think Ellen Ripley should return? Would you be fine with a smaller role, or do you feel it's all or nothing with a front and center Ripley story? Has Weaver really put her time in space? Comment below and share your thoughts. As always, I'd like to thank you very much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel for further updates on all things Alien, and until next time, this is Alien Theory, signing off.